In almost every interview, there's that one question that feels like a trap. How do you handle criticism? It sounds simple on the surface, but answering it the wrong way can make you seem insecure, overly sensitive, or worse, arrogant and defensive. But when answered well, this question becomes your opportunity to show maturity, growth mindset, and emotional intelligence, qualities every employer value, regardless of your experience level. In this video, we'll break down how to answer this tricky question using the powerful STAR method. That is, situation, task, action, result. You'll hear 6 real-world examples. 3 for freshers and 3 for experienced professionals. By the end, you'll know exactly what to say to sound confident, coachable, and impressive, without ever sounding defensive. Let's begin. First, why do interviewers ask this question? They're not trying to trick you. They want to know, can you take feedback professionally? Do you listen and grow from it? Or do you take it personally and push back? Hiring managers need team players, people who can adapt, improve, and handle setbacks with maturity. So, they ask this question not to test your flaw, but to check your mindset. Now let's see how to respond with impact. We'll start with a structure you can use. How to structure your answer using STAR. S. Situation. Set the scene. Where were you and what was happening? T. Task. What was your role? What were you trying to achieve? A. Action. How did you handle the criticism? Be specific. R. Result. What changed? What did you learn or improve? This method helps you tell a focused story with a beginning, middle, and end that highlights emotional maturity, not emotional reaction. Let's look at examples now. Freshers. Example 1. College project presentation. Situation. During my final year in college, I was leading a group presentation on an AI project for our computer science seminar. Task. I was responsible for explaining the technical approach we used, including the model we selected and the accuracy results. Action. After the presentation, one of the professors gave direct feedback. He said that my explanation lacked clarity and I had rushed through key points. Initially, I felt a little embarrassed, but I took a deep breath, thanked him, and asked if he could elaborate. Later, I reviewed my script, practiced slowing down, and even rehearsed in front of a friend. Result. The next time I had to present during placements, I used a slower pace and structured explanation, and received appreciation from the interviewers for my clarity. I realized that criticism, when taken well, can become a turning point for growth. Freshers. Example 2. Internship report feedback. Situation. During my summer internship, I had to submit weekly reports to my mentor. Task. My goal was to summarize the progress of a small automation task I was assigned. Action. After submitting my first report, my mentor pointed out that my writing lacked structure. Instead of getting defensive, I thanked him and asked for a sample of what a well-structured report looked like. I then studied it, created an outline template, and used it for future submissions. Result. From the following week, he appreciated my format and even shared my reports with others in the team. I learned that good feedback is a shortcut to professional polish. Freshers. Example 3. Coding peer review in class. Situation. In our college's hackathon, we worked in teams. My code was responsible for the back-end logic. Task. After submitting the code for review, a teammate pointed out that I had used inefficient logic, which affected the app's performance. Action. At first, I felt a little criticized, but I remembered that teamwork means sharing ownership. I asked him to walk me through his observations, and we paired up to rewrite the logic together. Result. Our app ended up winning second place. More importantly, I built a mindset that views feedback as collaboration, not correction. These are strong examples for freshers. Notice how each one shows openness, learning, and maturity. Now let's look at examples from experienced professionals. Experienced. Example 1. Performance review as team lead. Situation. In my previous role as a team lead, I received feedback during my quarterly performance review that I wasn't delegating enough and was micromanaging junior developers. Task. My role was to lead the project, but I realized I was not empowering my team to take ownership. Action. I asked for specific examples, reflected on my behavior, and began setting clearer responsibilities. I also held weekly check-ins to track progress without hovering. Result. Over the next quarter, team productivity increased, and the feedback turned positive. It taught me that constructive criticism isn't a threat. It's an invitation to lead better. Experienced. Example 2. Client call presentation. Situation. I was presenting a solution proposal to a key client during a strategy call. Task. My objective was to showcase how our new module could reduce their operational cost. Action. After the call, my manager privately told me that I had been too technical in my explanation, and the client seemed confused. Instead of being defensive, I thanked him and asked for guidance. I enrolled in a communication workshop and practiced simplifying concepts. Result. On the next client call, the response was much better. The same manager praised the clarity, and the client approved the module. I understood that criticism, when used right, builds lasting relationships. Experienced. Example 3. Team conflict feedback. Situation. I was working on a cross-functional project with marketing and engineering teams. Task. I was leading the technical side but had a disagreement with the marketing head over timelines. Action. My project manager later told me that my tone during meetings came across as defensive and sharp. That feedback was hard to hear, but I thanked him for being honest. I took time to reflect, and the next day I apologized to the marketing lead and suggested we align better through early planning. Result. Our collaboration improved significantly. I also made it a habit to pause before reacting in tense meetings. The experience helped me grow in emotional intelligence. Now let's tie it all together. So, how do you handle criticism? Here's a framework you can keep in mind when answering. 1. Acknowledge the feedback. Never argue. Listen fully. 2. Stay calm and open, even if it's unexpected. 3. Take ownership. Reflect honestly. 4. Act on it. Improve, apply, and grow. 5. Share the result. Show how it made you better. Remember, no one is perfect. What matters is your response to imperfection. And when you express that response in a story, with context, action, and reflection, you come across as professional, humble, and self-aware. Exactly the kind of candidate companies want to hire. So the next time someone asks, "How do you handle criticism?" you'll know what to say. Not defensively, but confidently, with clarity, humility, and strength. If you found this helpful, make sure to check out our other videos on various interview questions, because how you handle tough questions defines how you handle your career. Thank you for listening. If you found this video valuable, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and set the bell icon to all for notifications. Feel free to leave a respectful comment. Vulgar or inappropriate comments will be blocked. See you in the next video.